That's what you want to see your personal trainer wearing, right? And I also have my wine earrings on. That's the wine one, and that's the cheese one. So this is just a fun video I'm putting together to just talk. I'm going to give you 5 things you didn't know about me. I do have blinky lights on in the background because I do love blinky lights. That's one of the things I'll be talking about. All right, so we'll also work your buns while I'm talking. Just do as I do. All right, let's get started. We're working on the buns. We need to fight gravity, especially as we age. We don't want our butts to get low, so we've got to keep them up with exercise, right? Especially if you sit a lot during the day. Okay, so these are going to be random questions, things that, now we're doing reverse lunges, things that you may not have known about me since I'm sort of new here on YouTube. Number one thing is I'm on my second marriage. I've been married 11 years. First marriage was 15 years. And I'm still friends, good friends, with my ex-husband and his wife. Because I figure, why not, right? It's wonderful for the children involved. I have a daughter. Let's do little squats. And she is great, you know, because we acted like grown-ups and did the best we can to be friends with each other. And we support each other. And I love his new wife, thank God. My daughter has a wonderful stepmom involved. She did a great job helping me raise my daughter. And so did her dad, of course. And so did my new husband, Jeff. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. It is possible to be friends with your ex. It's not for everybody, but for me, it happened to work. Okay, let's come on down to the floor and do a few things on the floor for the buns. All right, let's do donkey kicks. So you're just going to kick it up. Another fact about me that you did not know is my first car was a frog green Fiat X19 convertible. And that may sound pretty fancy. It was a 1978 model. I think my parents helped me pay $3,000 for it. My father loaned me the money, and my mom. Other leg. And the first of the month would come around, and my dad, around the 15th of the month, my father would say, you know, your payment is due on the 1st. I hope you're ready. I'll be waiting for that check, you know. And it was $100 a month I had to pay my parents for a long time. But it's something I could afford because I did have a job after work, or I was working at the motel business that we owned. Good. Now come on down and let's grab a stretch here. That's a whole other story. I grew up in a motel diner and a gas station business. I'll talk more about that in another video. But I finally did go outside the family and get a job at a department store. It was called Gregory's, and it was kind of like a Sears or a Kohl's type store back in the day. I don't think they exist anymore. But it was a good first job. Anyway, back to my car. It was a Fiat. Fix it again, Tony. Now, let's do some lift the buns and lower. When you lift your buns up, squeeze the buns. And you're lifting too. Push through your heels to squeeze the buns. This car broke down pretty much every other weekend. I mean, I'm not kidding you. And it was expensive to have the darn thing fixed. It got so bad that the guys at the garage, they knew me pretty well. They turned into like my big brothers. And the one guy's name was Tony. It got to be so bad that the guys would buy me an extra sandwich at lunchtime because I'd usually be sitting there waiting to get my car back on a Saturday. So nowadays Fiat is a totally different animal, but in 1978 they weren't so good. By lying back, and you just lift and lower like this. Another random fact you may have known already, I love blinky lights. I love anything that lights up, and I don't know what it is with me. I've been like that since I was a little kid, but anything that lights up, I love. Right now I have my disco lights on, and I just love those things. Okay, now can you pick a foot up and push a foot to the ceiling and do these? So I go to, I'm not here, they don't pay me to say this, but it's flashyblinkylights.com. That's where I buy all my blinky light stuff. Everything from light up jewelry to ice cubes to things you put on your head and wear. Where are my little horns? Stuff like this. Now we're lifting the other foot up. Keep it going. Good. Another random fact is I am not a good snow skier. Now, here on the East Coast, I grew up skiing the Pocono Mountains, which are challenging enough for most people around here. Those mountains I could handle. Then I married Jeff, the chef, who is also, he's an expert skier. So he's in a whole other league. All right, let's try and roll it up. Do 3 rolls and end up seated. Which, by the way, he's skiing right now in Vermont with our friends. Vermont is much more challenging than the Poconos. Let's grab a stretch here. So he is skiing and I am home because I did not want to take that long drive all the way to Vermont, sit in that car for 8 hours, and then sit at the house while everybody else goes skiing. The funny thing is my mother is from Austria. She grew up on skis. She was a racer. She used to ski to school. So somehow it skipped, the genes skipped me. My daughter, she's a great skier. So now I'm tapping the foot back and up and forward and up. Good. And the last random fact about me is I do speak German, almost fluently. Growing up as a child, my brother and I would go with my mom to Germany to visit our cousins and my grandmom in Munich, and we would go like every 2 years to visit. Let's go over to the other side. So I kind of grew up, you know, listening to German, and then I took 4 years of it in school, which definitely helped. So I speak German pretty well. It's funny, when I went to Germany, Jeff and I went over for a trip not too long ago. And when we hit Munich and we're in the restaurants, after like a beer or two, my German got even better. I still have cousins in Munich, and I am saying hello to them because I know they watch my videos too. I'd like to say hello to Peggy and Mihi. Love you guys. It's nice to have family overseas. It's a great place to go visit. I love Munich. It really is a beautiful place. Okay, so that's 5 random facts about me. I hope you did some of the exercises with me also. Let me know your comments and give me 5 random facts about you. I'd love to get to know you, and thanks for being part of my YouTube family. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.